Hey, what's up? Did you know some things you've believed your whole life are total nonsense? Today we're busting 5 shocking myths that still fool millions. Ready for your mind to be blown? Let's dive in. In this video, we'll uncover the truth about Viking horned helmets, whether the Great Wall of China is visible from space, why bulls charge at red, how tall Napoleon really was, and if we only use 10% of our brains. Stick around, it's gonna be wild. But before we jump in, let's get real. Myths are everywhere, and sometimes they're so deep in our culture, we don't even question them. Today, we're challenging 5 of those myths and revealing the truth. Let's kick off with a classic. Did Vikings wear horned helmets? You've seen them in movies, cartoons, even Halloween costumes, fierce warriors with horns on their heads. But is it true? Spoiler alert. Nope. Historical evidence shows Vikings didn't wear horned helmets in battle. The only surviving Viking helmet, found in Norway, is smooth with no horns. It was a practical design for protection, not a fashion statement. So where'd this myth come from? It started in the 19th century when artists and composers like Richard Wagner began depicting Vikings with horned helmets in operas, like the Ring Cycle. Those images stuck, and now we think Vikings look like medieval rock stars. But think about it. Would you go into battle with horns on your head? That's like handing your enemy handles to grab you by. Not the smartest move, right? Check out this cool image. On the left, a Viking without horns labeled real, and on the right, one with horns labeled fake. It's the perfect way to see how this myth took hold in our culture. So next time you see a Viking with horns, no, it's just a myth. Open loop. But that's not all. Next up, a myth that'll make you rethink everything you know about space. Myth number 2, the Great Wall of China is visible from space. Heard that in school? Me too. They say it's the only man-made structure you can see from space. But is it true? Astronauts who've been up there say, no way, the Great Wall isn't visible to the naked eye from space. In fact, stuff like cities, highways, or even big buildings stands out more. Sure, the wall is massive, over 13,000 miles long, but from space, it's just a thin line blending into the landscape. You'd need a powerful telescope to spot it. This myth kicked off in 1932 with a Ripley's, believe it or not, cartoon claiming you could see it from the moon. Turns out, that's not the case. So if you ever make it to space, don't expect the Great Wall to wave back at you. Did you believe this myth? Drop a comment. Did you think the wall was visible from space? Let's switch to animals. Myth number 3. Bulls get angry when they see red. You've probably seen it at bullfights. The matador waves, a red cape, and the bull charges. But does red make them mad? Actually, no. Bulls are colorblind to red. They can't tell it apart from other colors. So why do they charge? It's all about movement. Bulls react to the motion of the cape, not its color. The red is used to hide bloodstains during the fight, not to rile them up. There were even experiments where bulls were shown capes of different colors, and they reacted the same as long as the cape moved. So colors got nothing to do with it. Next time you're in a red shirt, don't worry about bulls charging unless you start waving it like a matador. Now, let's move from animals to historical figures. Think you know how tall Napoleon was? Think again. Myth number 4. Napoleon was short. Total classic. We even have the term Napoleon complex for short guys acting all aggressive. But was Napoleon really that short? Let's break it down. When he died, his height was recorded as 5 feet 2 inches. Sounds tiny, right? But that was in old French units. Converted to modern measurements, he was about 5 feet 6 inches average for a Frenchman back then. So why do we think he was short? Partly because of British propaganda during the Napoleonic Wars. Cartoonists drew him tiny to downplay his power. Plus, he often surrounded himself with tall guards, making him look smaller by comparison. But in reality, he was average height. Who'd have thought? Napoleon wasn't a shorty after all. Surprised? Let me know in the comments. Did you know Napoleon was average height?